Welcome to Asset Television. Here is the news at this hour. First, the headlines. I am Favor Nubia. Senate canvasses death penalty for terrorists. Julius Berger donates robotics laboratory to GSS, Gwarinpa. Plus, security recover ammunitions in Zaria. The news in details. The Nigerian Senate has passed a resolution declaring kidnapping as an act of terrorism, mandating that the Terrorism Act be amended to impose the death penalty on convicted kidnappers. The resolution follows growing concerns over rising insecurity in Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger states. Senator Lola Ashiru of Kwara South, who sponsored the motion, urged urgent federal intervention after recent abductions, including school children in Kebbi. The Senate also debated reports of soldiers withdrawing from vulnerable areas before attacks. Senator Eyinaya Abiribe and other senators criticized the government's handling of security, saying the administration must own up to its failures instead of blaming predecessors.
Let us do the right thing. We're not blaming this government for what they are finding itself, but it is the government in power, and they should do the right thing. What are the right things? We take only one example. The governor of Kebbi said that somebody ordered troops out and people were kidnapped. Till today, nobody in Nigeria knows what happened, and no question has been asked. And we're sitting down here as a parliament, and we turn and we talk. Yet, somebody is responsible. If I'm the commander-in-chief, I will call the army commander in that place and the head of the army and say, if you don't get me the head of this person, who withdrew the troops to put all these children?
Mr. President, some of these tactics are becoming increasingly obviously counterproductive, because it would appear as if perceived or real payment of ransom emboldened these bandits to continue in their exploits. And so, Mr. President, I think that the time has come, like the leader has said, for this country to develop a comprehensive security policy that seeks to prevent these acts of banditry and kidnapping, rather than reacting to situations where our people and communities have been affected. Mr. President, like I said, here it is Kwara, it is Kebbi, it is Niger State. But of course, we will not forget in a hurry the historic outcry at the killing of over 200 citizens of Yelwata in Benue State.
In the light of what we now know, what can we begin to do differently and contribute those ideas to support the executive initiative? One there, for example, is, and you amplified it, even in greater details than any one of us in this house, when you revisited the statement by the governor of Kebbi State. Nigerians are entitled to know, and it is no longer national secret. The commander of that area who ordered that those men be withdrawn, it is to be a national secret to be kept within military cycle. Nigeria should know the name, and the person should be brought to justice.
As some lawmakers continue to propagate the claim that security agencies know the locations and motives of bandits, Senator Akpabio condemned attempts to frame the crisis along religious or sectional lines.
Distinguished colleagues, let us use this opportunity to give the President or the leadership the necessary support in order to address this very serious problem of insecurity that is expanding to a level where government will sit down and negotiate with criminals or bandits or terrorists. The Nigerian Armed Forces and other security agencies are putting in their best. So, I'm really not comfortable with blaming them. Nigerian Army, for example, is operating in almost 32 states as it is now. They are overstretched. They don't have the number. The whole of the Nigerian Army, up to now, are not up to 300,000. I'm the one. 177. Okay, it is the police that. So, the Nigerian Army is less than 200,000. Nigerian police, less than 400,000. In fact, our security agencies all put together, including civil defense, DSS, whatever we have, it's not up to 1 million.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio described the kidnappings as organized attacks aimed at destabilizing Nigeria's democracy.
One, that we should rejig our laws to ensure that the offense of kidnapping is classified as a terrorist act. Those in support of that say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Two, that in line with the provisions of the Terrorism Act, that the offense of kidnapping henceforth should carry the death penalty. Those in support that we should rejig, that the leader of the Senate should bring an amendment to the act to ensure that the offense of kidnapping becomes a terrorist act, and in addition carries a death sentence without any option of fines of fine, and without any discretion on the part of the judiciary. Those in support say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. So henceforth, the leader of the Senate, in the shortest possible number of days, please bring an amendment that Nigeria will henceforth classify kidnapping as a terrorist act, and also classify kidnapping being a terrorist act should now carry death sentence without option of fine.
The new legislation aims to send a strong message against kidnappers amid nationwide security challenges. The Nigerian Customs Service Board has approved a major shake-up of the service top management, confirming 5 Deputy Comptrollers Generals and 8 Assistant Comptroller Generals during its 64th regular meeting held on Tuesday, 25 November. The meeting, chaired by the Minister of Finance and coordinating member Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, is part of wider efforts to strengthen leadership succession and keep the service responsive to emerging security and trade demands. The newly appointed Deputy Comptroller Generals are Baba Iman, North East; Isa Umar, North West; Tijani Abe, North West; Timi Bomodi, South South; and Oluyomi Adebakun, South West. Their confirmation follows the retirement of senior officers across key formations. 8 senior officers were also elevated to the rank of Assistant Comptroller General. They include C.G. Obona, South East; I. Abba Aji, North East; G.M. Haruna, South South; E.J. Adeldok, South South; G. Gara, North West; I. Isaku, North West; M.S. Ashuabu, North Central; and M.D. Mala, North East. The board said the appointments comply with the federal character provisions of the Nigerian Customs Service Act 2023. 10 10 officers received special promotions for what the board described as exceptional professionalism, leadership, and outstanding service performance. Those promoted include AC Fayam and GM Shidali as controllers, S. Omofoma, OA Oladepo, AY Musa, A. Ogboru, and AA Mewada as deputy controllers, and CN Essien and H. Aliyu as assistant controllers. AS Ashofa Dekon was elevated to deputy superintendent of customs. A senior official said the award recognized officials whose work has significantly improved operations and contributed meaningfully to national revenue and security. Julius Berger Nigeria PLC has again demonstrated its commitment to supporting education and community development through its corporate social responsibility initiative by donating a fully equipped robotics laboratory to Government Secondary School GSS Gwarinpa Life Camp in the Federal Capital Territory. The new laboratory, stocked with robotics kits, computers, and hand-on learning materials, is designed to give students the opportunity to explore practical tech concepts and build essential problem-solving skills. During the handover ceremony at the school premises that was filled with excitement as students and staff explored the new robotics facility, the project coordinator for Region Central and North at Julius Berger, Dr. Amadou Ishmael, expressed appreciation for the warm relationship between the company and the Gwarinpa community. Ishmael noted that the school environment has become more comfortable and conducive for learning, adding that Gwarinpa Secondary School has long been a neighbor to the company's camp, and over the years the school has continued to educate their students as well as other students in the area. He also said that the company, as a good corporate citizen, has had to be contracted to execute many projects in the area, adding that through these various projects, Julius Berger maintains both a good neighbor and a committed partner to the communities it serves. Former Bayelsa State Governor and immediate past Minister of State for Petroleum, Chief Timipre Silva, has pushed back against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's decision to declare him wanted, insisting the agency's action is both unfair and misleading. In a letter dated November 24, 2025, but acknowledged by the EFCC 2 days later, Silva asked the Commission to agree on a fresh date for him to appear. The former governor explained that he is currently undergoing intensive treatment for what he described as a life-threatening medical condition. According to him, his doctors are still assessing whether he is fit enough to travel or face any form of interrogation. Despite this, he maintained he is prepared to cooperate fully with investigators once he is medically cleared. Silva also revisited the tension of recent weeks, saying his family and associates were thrown into panic after what he called an orchestrated attempt to link him to a plot against presidential authority. He condemned what he described as a dramatic raid on his residence, during which several domestic staff were detained. The former minister stressed he has never shunned the EFCC, recalling that he honored an invitation in December 2024 and was granted administrative bail. In yet another sign of the deepening gun-running crisis fueling violence across the northwest and northeast, the Kaduna State Police Command has recovered a cache of live ammunition abandoned along the Zaria-Futua Highway, a route increasingly exploited by armed carriers supplying bandits and terror groups hidden in the forest. Police spokesperson DSP Mansur Hassan confirmed on Wednesday that 210 rounds of 7.56 mm ammunition were discovered in the Samaru area of Zaria after concerns concerned residents spotted the suspicious package. According to Hassan, the alarm was raised on Tuesday when members of the public reported that passengers in a moving black Volkswagen Golf suspiciously threw a sack out of the vehicle on motion at Dogo Itasi Axis, Samaru, Zaria. A police patrol team was immediately deployed. The patrol team swiftly moved to the scene and found the abandoned sack containing a total of 210 rounds of 7.56 mm ammunition. Edo State government has moved into full security mode after a viral video surfaced online showing a self-proclaimed bandit threatening attacks across Ekpoma and neighboring communities. In response, Governor Monday Okpobolo has ordered round-the-clock surveillance across major highways and vulnerable communities. The Chief Press Secretary, Fred Itwa, announced the directive in a statement issued in Benin on Wednesday. Following the governor's order, multiple security formations, including the Department of State Services, Nigerian Army, Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, local vigilante groups and the Edo Special Security Squad have launched coordinated operations in boundary communities and known flashpoints across the state, assuring residents that the government is firmly in control. Ito said Governor Okpobolo has treated security as non-negotiable since taking office, stressing that he has left no stone unturned in confronting emerging threats. Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mba on Wednesday renewed his pledge to position Enugu as the nation's unrivaled hub for skills, innovation and human development. Speaking at the opening of the 2025 Abaja Education Summit hosted by the Abaja Leaders of Thought at the Amadou Event Center, Mba said the state was intentionally building a future anchored on knowledge-driven growth and modern education. AALT is a socio-cultural body of professionals from Udi and Ezeogu local government areas committed to advancing development across Abaja land. Mba, who underscored the fast-shifting global economy, said Enugu must equip its young people with the tool to compete and excel. He pointed to the ongoing construction of 260 smart schools, each fitted with digital classrooms, robotics and science laboratories, and interactive learning facilities as part of the state's sweeping education reforms. Cancer patients in Abuja have received a major lifeline after the NNPC Resonance joint venture donated $300,000 to the National Hospital, Abuja, to sustain the maintenance of its advanced cancer treatment machine. The funding, announced at the Office of the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, will support the continuous operation of the Linear Accelerator Radiotherapy Machine, one of the most sophisticated cancer treatment systems available in the country. The JV had donated the machine in 2019 as part of a comprehensive corporate social responsibility package, which encompassed enhancing the entire ecosystem around cancer treatment, providing and installing necessary data and ancillary systems, and upskilling healthcare professionals to operate sophisticated machinery. A statement by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPC Limited, Andy Ode, on Thursday said the contribution became necessary to prevent treatment disruptions caused by funding gaps in machines maintenance. And that is the news. I am Favor Nubia. Please visit our social media handles for more.